So it's one of the best exercises that we can do, and it's walking. Walking is, in fact, the most natural exercise for our body. And the great thing is, it suits absolutely every single fitness level. And when you walk, you tone up. You're also going to be helping to burn off excess body fat. It's great for your health, for your well-being. And the brilliant thing is, with walking, we can do it anywhere. So it's great to squeeze in your lunch hour, before work, after work. And I'm going to share with you 6 tips that you can use, so it just means you're getting more out of your walks. So tip 1, we're going to look at how to power walk with good form. So the first thing we're just going to look at doing is when you swing through with your arms, what's really important is keep those elbows pointing directly backwards. You want to avoid your elbows flaring out to the sides. And the next thing is always just focus on when you take a stride, just keep your steps within a comfortable range of motion. Also, be sure to keep your hips nice and level. And then finally, with your hands, what you want to do is you don't want to have a really tightly clasped fist, but just make sure that your hands are lightly cupped. And then finally, with your chin, your head, you want to be looking ahead and your chin should be parallel to the floor. And that is simply how you can power walk with good technique. So tip number 2 is a turn up your speed. And I think this is a really important one, how you can easily gauge the speed you're walking at. So let's look at strolling. So think of this on average. This would be as if you're just window shopping. So that's a really slow speed. And that you would be burning approximately only about 230 calories per hour. So then the next speed up from that would be what we call a brisk pace. Now this would be at a walking pace that you would be able to actually quite easily hold a conversation. And this sort of pace, so if you think about it, if you could be walking and talking on the phone, then that pace you'd be burning approximately 340 calories an hour. And then the next speed would be power walking. So with power walking, this would be at a speed that you would find it hard to hold a full conversation. And I think it's so important, really know your speeds, because this is where you can then increase your calorie burn. So if you're aware that you're taking a stroll or a brisk walk, you need to then push it up to a power walk, because that way you can burn off approximately 560 calories an hour. Tip number 3, why not tone while you walk? So here are a couple of exercises that you can do to tone up your upper body whilst you're walking. And this way, it also just means you're burning a few more calories. So here's one exercise where you literally just draw your arms in together. You have them out at the side. Aim to keep your elbows in line with the shoulders. This is great for helping to lift the bust and tone through the arms. So it's a really simple exercise that you can add to a basic walk. Then you can also do a shoulder press. Just take your arms above your head, and what you could do is do 10 reps of each and just repeat that several times. Tip number 4 is add some sand or hills. So walking in the sand works the legs so much harder, and it really will up that intensity. Of course, the other great thing that you can do is literally find some hills. Walking on inclines will also increase your calorie burn. So here's a really good tip, number 5, which is beat your personal best. So what I want you to do is head out and walk as fast as you can in 10 minutes. Then once you've reached 10 minutes, turn around. Then what you've got to do, you've got to walk back to that start position that you started from, but you want to do it now in less than 10 minutes. Then tip number 6 is you can work out your abs while you're walking. So really good idea is do 10-second intervals when whilst you're walking you're simply pulling your belly button in tight to your spine. Then you can do 10 seconds where you just release and then you take it up again for another 10 seconds. And you can simply keep repeating that throughout your walk. So do 10 seconds pulling the abs in and then 10 seconds release, and do that several times, and that way you're toning your tummy while you're walking. So those are my 6 top tips on how you can get more out of every walk. Remember, it's always a really good idea to stretch your legs afterwards. And what you can do as well, if they're feeling a little bit tired or prevent muscle soreness, you could always use like a nice cooling gel. There's a really good one, ARNICA cooling gel, which I'll leave a link to in the description box below. And then I do have a walking book out, which is Walk Off the Weight in 21 Days. That's available in all good bookstores. I'll leave a link to that also below. And then if you fancy having me coach you through your headphones, I have created a 16-minute inch loss audio workout where we do intervals. So I'm just talking to you through your headphones, taking you out on a 16-minute inch loss workout. That's available on my website for instant download, and again I'll leave a link below. So if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're not already, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel.